Hello, my name is David and I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at Boit. Today we're going to be looking at this 29-foot spay and neuter clinic built on a Ford F650 chassis. One of the unique things about this truck is the fact that it's a gasoline-powered unit. If you buy a 29 to 45-foot coach from Boit and it's diesel-powered, it will be built on a Freightliner M2 chassis or a Peterbilt 536 chassis. However, if you require a larger truck with gasoline power, we have to go to the Ford F650. And that's what this unit is. It's got a 7.3 liter big block engine. It's got a 6-speed automatic transmission on spring ride with dual rear wheels. It is a 26,000 pound truck, gasoline powered. One fuel tank, 70-gallon capacity. Along the bottom of the coach, we have the dump doors. These are called dump doors. And so for our plumbing, we have our dump tanks. So we have a gray water tank here. Every door comes with a hold open. And all of our plumbing on our coaches is run under the cabinets inside the coach. We do this so that as long as the interior of the coach is warm, the pipes or the plumbing won't freeze. The only thing underneath the floor of the coach are the dump tanks. We provide you with the hoses and all the equipment to connect and to dump those tanks. This is a gray water. Back here, would be a black water if this coach had a restroom. This is actually a storage box. And on the larger trucks, you have the opportunity to have storage boxes for anything you want to put under the truck. Again, there is a hold open that you can use. When you go to dump your tanks based upon your state's regulation, you go to an authorized center. And some states treat black water and gray water differently. Once you get to that appropriate place, again, we provide you with the connectivity and the hoses to actually dump that tank. This next door is a generator door. These larger coaches come with either a 9K to 20K EPS diesel generator. Since this coach is gasoline, we can also put a 10 to 14K Cummins in here to match the gasoline power with the engine. Here is your shore power. All of our coaches come with generator power, shore power, and battery power. The shore power connection is a 50 amp two-phase circuit. Inside our coaches, we order every available option. So this coach does have captain's chairs both sides. They are not air ride. This is a spring ride coach. These are solid mount seats. This coach does have collision mitigation. It does have adaptive cruise control. It has lane departure, onboard navigation. It does have the high-end sound system, power windows, power door locks, and all of the safety features. As we come around to the passenger side of the coach, we're going to be looking first at the battery box. So as I mentioned, you have battery power as well as generator and shore. This is the battery box. Inside the battery box, you have the large battery for the power of the coach, and then each generator will have its own battery. If there's a multi-generator, if there's only one, there'll be a second battery on the side to power the generator itself. Again, you have the hold open, as I showed you on the other side. And at the back on this side, you have another storage box because again, we don't have anything underneath there in that space. On the larger trucks, you do have multiple options for underbody storage if that's something you require. On this coach, we have electric power steps. We have flip down aluminum steps that are standard, or we have the electric steps that are optional. So when you open the coach, the steps automatically deploy. Now, every time you open and shut this coach, these steps will go in and out. However, there's a switch right here on the side that you can flip, and it'll keep those steps open as long as you're in one place. And then when you get ready to leave that place, you flip that switch again and shut the door, and your steps will close. That'll save wear and tear on the steps themselves and also save wear and tear on the electric motor. As we come inside this coach, again, it's a spay and neuter coach. We have a pass-through with a security wall into the cab. You have options of a an open cab or a solid back wall cab, because all of our larger trucks come with a back wall. We can remove it. So you have a choice of a solid cab or a pass-through, or this is a security wall. So what you have is a locking door between the cab and the coach. It locks open and it also locks shut. That allows you to keep the stuff in the back secure if you have someone driving the truck or working on the truck that's not typically working in or back here. Up here above the cab, you have a number of options for different things. You can do refrigerators, microwaves, cabinets. This particular customer chose cages, so we have 2 animal cages up here. This cabinet is your IT cabinet. So you can see at the top up there, your category 6 cabling. Every coach comes standard with 4 category 6 cables. We can add more if you require. Plus you have your power and your place to put any IT, inverter equipment, anything like that. Below it is a refrigerator. And then over here is your generator controls. So everything you need to do to operate this coach can be done inside the coach. So here is your generator start stop, your hour meter. And the only time you should have to get into the generator box that I showed you would be for service or maintenance. Everything can be done right here in normal day-to-day operation. Up here, we have our power panel, our main panel that we manufacture to the coach here at Boit. The top part is your AC panel. So everything on the top runs off generator or shore power. Everything on the bottom runs off battery power. The other thing about our coaches is all of the equipment in the coach is on its own breaker. Many times in a building or in a business, even in a home, if you have to turn a breaker off to work on something electrical, you might kill a half a room or a whole room or a hallway. On our coaches, everything has its own breaker. So you have your lights, your interior or exterior lights, your water pumps, your fan, refrigerator, all of those equipment. So you can control what's running and what's not. You can turn off anything you don't want to run, or again, for service purposes, turn off what you need to turn off. You have your main breakers up here for shore and generator. And the electrical systems in this coach are completely autonomous from the Ford electrical system. They don't connect or impact each other in any way, with one exception. This switch right here is called a boost start switch. The way it works is if you're driving out to a remote area, you get out there and you set up and you go to start your generator and your generator battery is weak. You can flip this switch and you can use the coach battery or the battery for the Ford to start your generator. On the other hand, if you're out somewhere all day, you're running your generator and you go to start the Ford and the battery is low, you can again flip this switch and you can start the Ford off of the generator battery. That's the only place where these connect. Moving back into the coach, you have a PET scale here in the floor. It pulls out right down here. And then your readout for your scale is mounted in the cabinet. You have more cages to store or to keep pets in. Now on our cages, you have these slide outs. And that takes these 2 small cages and turns them into 1 large cage. And every cage will do that. You can see down through here, you've got a couple of them in, and then at the back, there's a storage space to store the panels when they're not in use. This is your exam area. You have your exam light. Many times we'll mount an x-ray track up here with an x-ray. This customer chose not to have one, but they do have the anesthesia and the dental air equipment. So here they can perform dental procedures, and if anesthesia is required, they can use that there. And then you have your hand sink and your kind of work area over here. All of our coaches come standard with a bathroom or a closet. If you choose not to have a bathroom, you get a closet. This is a closet. One of the options, there's different types of closets. You can see here, this is where the panels are stored to make the cages bigger if you pull them out, as I showed you a minute ago. And then all of your shelves here are adjustable, so you can move them up and down. So that is what you get standard if you choose not to have a bathroom. All of these obviously are cages. You have cat carriers up here, and then you have your larger cages down here. This room back here is a surgery suite. Now this customer chose to have 2 tables. Now, every surgery suite is required to have a door. This customer chose sliding doors. When they're open, they lock in place for transport or, again, not in use. If you come into the suite, you have 2 tables for 2 procedures, anesthesia gear on each side. You have your oxygen tank mounts for your large oxygen tanks over here, your cabinetry and stuff for your storage, and then this room has its own electric heat. All of our coaches come standard with electric heat, either wall heaters such as this, or what we call toe kick heaters that are under the base of the cabinet. We have other heat options such as LP furnaces or Webasto diesel or gasoline heaters if you're in a warm climate and that's something that you would require. Air conditioning, this coach is configured with 2 13,500 watt air conditioning units, one in the front, one in the back. We have a 15,000 watt option available if that's something you would require. We have exam lights and all the other equipment that I failed to mention just a moment ago. Again, this is a spay neuter truck, so basically the animals in here would be there for that procedure. They would come in and out. So this is not a full vet clinic, as we also offer, would have much more equipment in it, but this is for that specific purpose. This is a 29-foot coach. It is 29 foot long. It's 102 inches wide. It's 12.5 feet tall. And we can build on this platform, or I should say the large platform, up to 45 feet. Thank you for joining me today on this tour of the Spay and Neuter coach.